Good morning, Mr. Charles. Welcome to Top G News today.
Good morning, sir.
A day after the ruling of the Supreme Court yesterday, as you know, and I believe you have heard that the court has affirmed Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the president of Nigeria and rules against all the evidence tendered by Atiku and Peter Obi. So how do you see this judgment, Mr. Charles?
We don't have much to say. The judgment have come and gone, and all crises has come and gone, and it baffled me and it beats my imagination that every election in Nigeria must be contested outside court or inside court. Well, I'm very, very much happy today. Everything is now over. Well, whether Atiku win or Tinubu win or Obi wins, anybody that did win among them, they should go back and start preparing for another next election. Go back to drawing board and look at things in which you have not been doing well, that you have not been doing well, that made you not to like made you not to like win the election. So all of them should come together and see if we can foster development in our country, because after the Supreme Court had ruled in favor or they affirmed Tinubu as a president of Nigeria, there's no problem. But when we are saying that both of them should come together so that peace will also last within the country.
Okay, Mr. Chan, the Supreme Court also dismisses the 25% in Abuja, and also the certificate that no new evidence will be allowed.
That is the problem. That was the problem I have with most of the judiciaries and the justices. You don't do things in such a way as if you created the law, as if the law has been there before most of them came in, but what they did yesterday was not actually in order. Because nobody was happy with what we saw. But we don't have much to say because the ruling has been taking place. But you cannot tell me that Abuja, 25% that has been given to Abuja for some days, and you decided to slash in and overrule that 25% is not even recognized anymore. But we don't have any much problem about that. There's no problem. We don't have to dwell on that, like I said earlier, Mr. Journalist. It has come and gone. So what we are expecting now is Mr. Tinubu himself to start hitting the ground running, so that everybody will be able to see the needful and the meaningful development and infrastructural facilities that we are crying for.
Okay, so the president also said yesterday that it's time for us to build our great nation together. And he also advises Obi and Atiku to join hand with him and to make this country a great nation. Do you think Obi and Atiku will take this in good faith and just leave their political differences?
Yes, the question also goes like this: would it have Tinubu have accepted in good faith if the election was ruled against him? We don't know. We're all humans, so he should allow the Greek party to relax first and then wait. I know Tinubu should also remember that every politics in the world, anything that causes democracy in the world must be opposed. There must be an opposition party. So definitely the opposition party has been there. So Tinubu should be able to know that the opposition party that was there is much more vital, and it has brought out some of the qualities in him for him to have known where he's having some liberals, so that at the end of the day he'll be able to fix himself very well. But Tinubu should be able to know, and the Obi and co should have known that this what they call the election, the opposition party, the crisis we have been seeing for some months now, is part of the democracy we are talking about. So, but what we have in Nigerians are crying for, 2 of them or 3 of them or 4 of them, depending on how many political parties we have in Nigeria, should have come together so that Nigeria will be better tomorrow.
So and also another one yesterday is the court also ruled for federal government to release Nnamdi Kanu and also to pledge over 6 billion naira to him as to beg him for everything they have done for him wrongly so far. So do you think this is also a way of suppressing the talks in the the eastern part of Nigeria.
Well, it's a welcome development, and knowing fully well that court have decided this man and acquitted him for some years now, and but the court decided not to have released the young man, meaning that a lot of them are nothing but above the law themselves. So what are we seeing? We are seeing a situation whereby most of them, Atiku, what's his name? What's his name? Nnamdi Kanu should be released, and the compensation should be paid to him for unlawfully detention in that dungeon. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Charles.
Mr. Charles, don't go. Congratulations to Nigeria.
Lagos.
Not be Lagos. Tinubu have won.
So congratulations to you and Charles and every other
Congratulations
Nigerians.
to Nigeria. Number one, he has won Nigeria, but he remained God. Has he won God's heart? Yes, that's what yes or no. Has he won God? It remained the last judgment. It remained the last judgment. The last judgment should be from God.
Okay, Mr. Lucky, yesterday the Supreme Court also confirmed to us that Abuja is now a state, as they rule out the 25% that it is not in the dismiss that from Atiku's claim, and also the certificate issue, they didn't accept new evidence. Even with Atiku going scatter to bring in those evidence, they dismissed everything.
It's to tell you that Nigeria have disappointed from Supreme Court. As I told you, we don't have judiciary. Our judiciary are homeless. How will I say it? Our judiciary are, I don't know, corrupt. Our judiciary has been bought. So there is no hope for common man. There is no way investor can come and invest in Nigeria when our judiciary is wumble and fumble. So for me, I didn't see anything what they are going to judge already. FCT is a state. It left for the FCT people to contest with that and take their governor out. Number two, all I know is that Tinubu have won Nigeria, but has he won God? That's the question I want to ask. God has the final judges. God has the final judge. Let's see what happens.
Okay, the first thing the president said yesterday is it is time for us to build a great nation together. Telling them Atiku and Obi to join hand with him and to make this country great. How do you think both Atiku and Obi are ready to join hands together with the president?
It's not an issue of Obi or Atiku. It's the issue of Nigerians, millions of Nigerians who troop out and vote. And vote did not count. Their vote did not count. Judiciary are not representing Nigeria. Judiciary are representing the few elite. So I don't see anything coming out from them already. I told you that water will wet ground, and that will happen. So I never expect anything from Okoro. So the only thing I pity this country, I win for this country.
Okay,
common man don't have hope in judiciary. So that's it.
So they also said they will now be ruling out the election null and void because of the iREV, because the result wasn't transmitted. That nothing like that will happen.
That means
even if the result wasn't transmitted, the election will still stand.
That is what's the need of how many billion is INEC collected? So the meaning of all this, they deceive Nigeria. So Nigeria was deceived.
Okay, Mr. Lucky. Lastly, yesterday, Nnamdi Kanu, the Supreme Court asked the federal government to release Nnamdi Kanu and also compensate him with billions of naira, 6 billion naira. Why do you think this is coming after the president has been reaffirmed? Do you think this is also a plan to reduce the conflict in the eastern part of Nigeria?
And they knew that Obi is from that side. If the judgment does not go well, so that's the reason why they say they should release Nnamdi Kanu. So that is the reason why they know that the people that will bring the tension is on the eastern side. So they what they did, Yeneba. I think that's the reason why they did.
You think they will continue playing Nigerian, and when do you think the citizens will stand up for their rights? What advice do you have for Nigerians
Which citizen?
going forward?
Is it the citizen that is docile? Is it the citizen that be divided? Is it the citizen that be ethnicity and tribalism have been taking over Nigeria? Nigeria will remain docile until when God come and pick everybody up.
Okay, Mr. Lucky, thank you for your time. So that's all I have for you this morning. Thank you very much. Good morning, this morning, Mr. Kole. I see you dressed in a confirmed Yoruba's attire this morning.
Yeah, it's
congratulations yesterday
you know.
So Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was reaffirmed yesterday by the Supreme Court. So congratulations to you, to Nigerians, and all the citizens across the nation. So yesterday, the Supreme Court also confirmed to us that the 25% in Abuja is not important and not compulsory.
And it's not even in the Constitution. It's not in the Constitution. So, to me, where they see the to talk, I mean.
So why do you think the Supreme Court rejected new evidence from Atiku concerning the CSU certificates?
I think you see, these people ought to have learned their lesson when they went to tribunal, right? And they ought to have learned their lesson through their councils. But those councils that they engage to come and stand and defend them in the Supreme Court, those ones are just looking for them to make their money. They ought to know that Atiku and Obi ought to know that they are fighting a lost battle. Atiku and Obi ought to know that they don't have any grandstand on these elections that just passed. Because come and prove how you won elections. Come and prove how they robbed you, how the INEC deprived you of your voters. So why are you just promoting propagandas all around? I think the two candidates, that's the Obi and Atiku, they just want to just create a fund or create a theater for us, for Nigerians to watch. And Nigeria really enjoy that theater. And why we say, and will Nigeria enjoy that theater, is all their lies, all their blackmailing, everything have come to fruitless effort now. So they should bury their head at shade. I think by now they should all be into their different destination for retirement, so that they will go to their different home, different states, different country to go and retire, and know that Nigeria doesn't want them for now. The people we wanted, we have voted for him, and he had what 8-point-something million votes. So while you have 6-point-something million votes, Atiku has a 6-point-something million vote, and all of them are challenging somebody with 8 million figures. Where have you found that being done?
Okay, so yesterday also the former president Buhari also congratulated the current president and also said justice has been served, just like what the president himself said. And he said it's time to build a great nation together, directing his word to his counterpart Atiku and Obi, that together we can make Nigeria great again.
That is why they will listen, because I think they found this election to bitter.
This is to you. Do you think Atiku and Obi is ready to join and with Bola Ahmed Tinubu?
It's just a complimentary. You know what Mr. President is doing is just to show that he has no enmity with them. He's not into enmity with them. So they are the one that is into enmity with them. And you know, in Bible, even they said, pray for your enemy. Pray for your enemy for his life to change. So to me, it may be one way or the other inviting Atiku and Obi to come over instead of putting this hatred, instead of putting this dehumanity of him. I mean, instead of people just, embarrassing him for nothing worth of it, right? So to me, Atiku and Obi They should learn how to play good politics, not dirty politics,
Okay,
not
and
tribal politics.
again, yesterday, Nnamdi Kanu, the Supreme Court has ruled that Nnamdi Kanu should be released and also be compensated with over 6 billion naira.
Is that Supreme Court judgment yesterday?
Yeah, Supreme Court judgment
I'll
yesterday.
tell you, Kanu will be released, but that 6 billion, who is going to pay it?
The federal government.
Which federal government? Which federal government? Is it federal government that hold it? Is it Tinubu that hold it? Who's going to pay it? Is it you want to go and meet Buhari to go and pay it?
Okay, sir, do you think this is also a way to calm the eastern part of Nigeria down?
See, the eastern part of Nigeria, the problem has gone beyond Nnamdi Kanu now. At least they started with Nnamdi Kanu, but it has turned political now. It has turned political. So to me, as it is now, their problem is their problem. Let them go. Yeah, right by you. Well, your job is secured. Your job is secured. Your job is secured. Your job is secured. Your job is secured.
Okay, Mr. Kule, so do you think the Igbos will now settle down now that Nnamdi Kanu will be released?
Are you sure the Igbos, they can please them? Are you sure if they release Nnamdi Kanu for them, they will still go on hatred for this president in power, and that will add up to more their problems? Because I have never seen a region that dislikes its fellow region as our brothers from there. You know, they are too just hateful of people. When they see you, you are not one of them. They feel they are too superior, which is not. You know, when you're too proud, God will bring you down. But when you lower yourself down to the low esteem, God will raise you up. That's one thing they should learn. Don't just look at all your next fellow human being as his nobody, as his non-entity. You start abusing everybody you see. You start abusing someone that is old enough as your father. You know, you start blackmailing. That's not the way to win an election. That's not the way. They should go back to school of politics and learn a lot.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Kule. Thank you for your time. So that's all I have for you. And congratulations once again, as your principal has been reaffirmed.
Congrats, I appreciate you.
So that's all I have for you today. Congratulations to Nigeria. As you see, this is now the healing period for the nation. We believe Jagaban will ensure the stability of the economy in Nigeria. Thank you for joining us today on Top View News. See you again tomorrow, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and also to click on the bell button so as to get notification every blessed day when we get the view from the people's voice.